Hello there, my name is Salma Ahmad. I'm from grade 7C. Today, I wanted to share some of my knowledge with you. I will be giving some simple speech about the famous shipwreck Titanic. As a student at such a young age, I always was so curious about what kind of surprises this world hid or has for us. Like, what is out there in outer space? Or what is happening in the ocean depths? So it is why I started growing more of my knowledge. I have prepared some animation about the shipwrecked Titanic with a voiceover of mine. So I hope you enjoy and gather some knowledge from the video. Let's start off this topic by talking about the components of the ship. First of all, we have the deck of Titanic, the first class, which is the most luxurious and expensive class of the ship, the second class, and the third class. The ship was so luxurious that it looked like a moving hotel. It even had the famous grand staircase, which allowed people to go from place to place on that ship. The ship also contained a gymnasium, a restaurant, a barber shop, a squash area, a Turkish bath, and a swimming pool. The ship had faced multiple problems. One of them was not having enough lifeboats for everyone on board, not even half, causing people to drown to their death. On April 10, 1912, the Titanic started its sailing, with people believing it was unsinkable. The captain of the ship, Edward Smith, had faced 26 years of experience about being a ship captain. He had assured all the passengers that nothing would stop them from getting to the destination without knowing what the future holds for them. When the passengers were getting the tours of the ship, he had received multiple iceberg warnings, and he had dodged every single one of them, and calmed down the passengers by saying, "Not to worry, quite normal for this time of year." One of the ship's lookouts had spotted the iceberg. He started ringing the emergency bell, but no one was there to pick up. As soon as one of the crewmates picked up, had told them, "Iceberg, right ahead." He could have seen them beforehand, but they didn't find the binoculars because they were back in Southampton. The binoculars owner forgot to give the keys to the crew members, so that it was lost, and was the reason why they didn't spot it beforehand. The crew started turning the ship, but it was too late. It had already ripped multiple holes on the ship, which causing the water to get through. People rushed out of their rooms with frustrated looks on their faces. They asked, "What was this sound?" The captain replied, "It was just a propeller blade shuddered at you felt." 30 minutes after the collision, the designer and the captain went to sea, and the bow had already went down and was filled with water. The second problem the ship had faced, they forgot the watertight doors opened, which allowed a lot of water to go in. The captain did one more thing before he was completely hopeless. He sent some distress calls to the ships nearby, and he also commanded the crewmates to start to fill out the boats and evacuate them. He had definitely knew that there were not enough lifeboats, so that he started sending women and children first. One of the ships said that they received the distress call, but they would be there in 3 hours, and that time, all of this would be in the bottom of the Atlantic. Another ship had received a distress call. It was closer than the other one. Its name was the Carpathia. Started sending more distress calls. Things started to gradually lose control. People started to extremely panic. The captain had commanded the musicians to play in order to keep the passengers calm, but none of that worked. The ship couldn't handle all this pressure, that it split in half. Pressure started to increase, the stern started rising up, and that's when it followed its other half, straight to the bottom of the Atlantic. All 20 boats had arrived at Carpathia. 1,500 souls went into the sea, 705 were rescued. Thank you so much for listening and watching to my video. I really appreciate it. And I also want to thank Teacher Joanna for encouraging me to do this project. I really hope you enjoyed and gathered some knowledge and understood how Titanic sank. I love you all. Have a great day or night.